So next piece of news, the DICE Awards were last week, and they talked to some of the dudes at Marvel, I believe is who it was, and they basically said the video games that come out do not have to be tied canonically to the movies or other thing. They want them to take their own original stories and make with these characters. Yeah. For instance, I think the big question was like Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people's question with Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale game that's coming out, was is it tying into the movies? And they basically said with that in Spider-Man, no. They're giving it to these creators so they can do what they want with it. What's your opinion on that?
I think that's actually good. I think because regurgitating another story is one thing. Yeah. But then creating your own and having your own creative, ingenuity and personalization, I guess. Like having that the ability, I think will be better.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives it more hope.
Yeah. I'm excited for this because now hopefully Spider-Man 2, the video game on PS2, was the last good or actually that's debatable. Another movie that it was like a game based off a movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine. The movie sucked. Yeah. The game was a lot of fun because
I don't think I played the game.
It was basically like the gameplay was kind of like the God of War style, where it's like level based, where basically you're just going through and tearing up dudes, and it was like so bloody and gory, and it was like level based like God of War, and there were like climbing elements and puzzle elements where you're going, and it followed kind of sort of the events of the movie, but it also did a lot of aspects of when he was running through the jungles of South Africa or whatever, and so. One of the coolest things in the game was like and in the game, as you get shot, you can see like your body parts flying off stuff. And so like if your health is really low, it's almost like you're just your adamantium skeleton. And as you sit there and heal, you see your body like grow back. And it looks so cool.
That does sound pretty cool.
Wolverine is a character that just screams video game like that as well.
Easily.
But like you're going and you had all these special moves that you could spin and do stuff like that. But like you're killing these dudes and you're literally like hacking limbs off them. Blood's flying everywhere. I believe there's a special move where you stabbed a dude, picked him up over you, and then ripped him in half. And like the game was just like, this is insane and awesome at the same time. The game was I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it was so much fun to play. Yeah, I loved it. It was so much fun. And then speaking specifically of Spider-Man, I'm kind of happy they're not tying it in because I'm happy we're going to get an original Spider-Man game. Because they did well with things when they played like Spider-Man Web of Shadows. They made that own original story and stuff like that. And even Shattered Dimensions, some people didn't like that. I thought it was okay. But what do you want? What are some other Marvel characters or whatever you could see getting their own game?
Okay. Well, I'm going to be biased because this is my favorite Marvel character.
Completely reasonable.
I want a Doctor Doom game.
Just be the bad guy.
Yeah, be the bad guy because Doctor Doom is just one of the most OP characters that's ever been made. I mean, you got him fighting gods. In some comics, you got him with an army of Thor and others, which is very impressive.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like we're just going to take a bunch of the God of Thunder and we're going to make an army out of that.
Yeah.
So how do you defend against
I think definitely, and the story arc, I don't know what I'd do. Like, because you can go a bunch of different ways.
I was going to say there's so many different things because he's like throughout the comics he's kind of reinvented himself in several ways. Like there have been times where he like kind of pops into alchemy and making potions and stuff like that, and then there have been times where he gets into like sorcery and things like that. And then
times that he'll just rip a planet in half.
He just decides to rip a planet in half with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Where like Thanos ripped Thanos' spine out of his body.
See, I'm curious about that. I never saw that. That's an impressive feat. If you can rip out Thanos' spine, you're doing something right in life, sir. You're doing well. That's all I'm saying. But like, and then you had the picture I saw of the current. I think it's kind of sort of the current quasi-current story arc of Doctor Doom. He basically made a suit of armor like the Iron Man armor, and it was like the coolest looking Iron Man armor I've ever seen. I was like, I don't know why it looked really plain, but like it was silver, and you had kind of like the light green chest piece, and then it was like, this is
still have
so
his cape
cool.
On?
I don't remember.
Because if you had the cape and hood on,
that's dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
Even if it'd probably get destroyed, but still, it looked dope. And so it would be really cool. It'd be cool if they made a Doctor Doom game where basically you're the bad guy and you're just you're just destroying stuff.
Because I remember like playing the whole game. That's all you do. You just ran around.
The Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Yeah, you just destroyed everything.
I just ran around and would punch buildings until they fall down.
Yeah, punch buildings. Or just Like you could get skins. Like I had this guy. I was like a human. I wasn't the Hulk anymore. I had a skin. I was literally just a man just running around picking up tanks and throwing them at helicopters.
So what you're telling me is you were basically like The Rock?
Yeah, basically The Rock.
You were Stone Cold Steve Austin, just running around
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. You're Jason Statham if he had the physique of Bane.
Yeah.
Just running around punching buildings.
Yeah.
Actually, I would have way too much fun with that.
That'd be a good
like,
game.
Nowadays, I just want to play a Jason Statham simulator.
Yeah.
I just run around and punch people through walls.
VR.
Jason Statham VR. Get the transporter where you're driving a car.
That would be pretty sweet.
A Marvel game that I really would like to see. It's kind of like a cop-out, but I would love to see obviously Spider-Man, because Spider-Man games are fantastic. Mm-hmm. You get the open world, you're fighting enemies. The new Spider-Man game looks awesome. I've loved the suit from the beginning. I like the white chest piece where it kind of goes down to the hands. I've always thought that looked cool. I would really be okay with a Daredevil game.
Oh, yeah.
A Daredevil game, it's kind of like... It would be almost not exactly. It would be extremely similar to the Batman games.
Yeah, but...
Where you're basically running around fighting crime and you see... Like, you use your sight to... Or, like, you use your hearing to see. But I feel like they could do really cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
As far as using, like, your sonar and things like that. I would like to see what they could do with it. Another thing, like I said earlier, I want another cool Wolverine game.
Yeah.
Wolverine's my second favorite comic book character of all time. So anytime you give me... Like, I'm talking... Marvel versus Capcom. Every time I'm going to play as Wolverine.
Yeah.
Just because it's so much fun.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So, Marvel, you're doing good. You're doing good. They're catching up with I feel like they're going to catch up with DC in the realm of video games. Because DC's killing it with the Batman games. And the only part that Marvel has been slouching in is the gaming plays. They've been killing it in the movies especially.
Movies, great. I mean, comics they're kind of...
They're getting a little out there.
Yeah.
But I've heard rumors they're going to rein it back in.
Yeah.
And they're going to give you the core people again, the good old Tony Stark, Iron Man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, all that stuff.
Yeah, because Iron Man now is, I don't know her name, but it's a black woman.
Yeah, her name's like Ironheart or something like that.
It's a little different. Definitely something that, like...
It's different and it's new. And a big thing, they were pushing a lot of their, like, political ideas into their comics. And I think it's kind of... push back on them in a little bit.
They're trying to like mix some of the newer social order that's in today's culture into the
current day social conflicts and issues. And I think a lot of people who are comic book readers are just kind of like, I don't like really, just give me a good comic book story. Yeah, like we don't read comics for social I mean, obviously there is social commentary, but we don't want like heavily implied social commentary on comics. Give us a sick comics story with some good ramifications and some good commentary maybe on what's going on in society, but don't like do it overblown.